And welcome. I am so excited that you guys are here tonight to learn more about something that has meant so much to me, that has made such a big difference in my life and in the life of so many other coaches, and that's becoming a Beachbody coach. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Basically, our agenda tonight is I'm going to give you my story. I'm going to talk about my story. I'm going to talk about who I am, basically. I'm going to talk about who Beachbody is and who Team Beachbody is. Yep, they're two separate kind of things. I'm going to talk about Team Beachbody as a sustainable company. So where did they come from and where are they going? How are we still around? I'm going to talk about our amazing programs, which you might already know about. You might be here because you love our programs. I'm going to talk about Shakeology, which is our amazing, amazing, amazing supplement. Drink it every day. It's just fantastic. I'm going to talk about what a coach is and actually what a coach isn't as well, which I think is really important to understand because there's lots of misconceptions about what a coach has to be. And I think you'll find that there's a lot of things that, a coach really doesn't have to be. I'm going to also talk about how to earn, which is important. I'm sure you're all wondering how you can make money doing this. And I'm also going to talk about how to join, which is really important since that's what we are hoping you'll all do tonight. But basically tonight, I just want to give you an overview on what we do. I want to give you enough information so that you can make an educated decision on whether or not this might be an amazing thing for you and your life and your family and your future. So let's get started. My name is Heather Goimunka, and I am a combined six-star diamond coach. Basically, that just means that I have helped my coaches succeed and reach some leadership ranks. I started Beachbody because I was in a car accident, and I had done everything under the sun to try to make myself feel better. I did physical therapy, I did acupuncture, I did massage therapy, I did Rolfing, I did all sorts of things, corticosteroid injections, and nothing lasted long term. Lucky for me, I finally met a doctor who said, if you would strengthen your core muscles, then you might have some relief. Well, I did that, and not only did I have relief, but it was long lasting, and I did that through using one of our programs, TurboJam. And the reason I use TurboJam is because they have a standing ab program, which is about all I could handle. I did it in small chunks, very, very small chunks until I could finally do the entire thing. And then I moved on to cardio, and now you would never even know that I had a condition like that. That doctors had called me chronic. That doctors told me I would never be able to do workouts like this. So finally, I have fewer painful days than I do pain-free days, which is awesome. Most of my days are pain-free these days, which is incredible for me. That's when I wanted to become a coach. Somebody approached me with this amazing opportunity, and all I wanted to do really was to pay it forward because it had changed my life. It actually saved my life. And at the time I was an accountant. I was actually going to school full time to get my master's. I was, working full time as an accountant, and I was studying for the CPA exam. So I kind of had this on the back burner, but I was overworked. It was my first job out of college. It wasn't exactly, the best, but I thought, what, this is a great opportunity. I can put this on my resume. It's totally fine. Until the company ended up filing for bankruptcy. And they were going to reorganize. So I hung in there because, again, I thought this will be something to put on my resume. I started kind of looking around. Then we found out the CEO was running a Ponzi scheme. And when you're an accountant in that situation, it's just not a good thing. Even though I had no idea that was going on, it still was something that followed me. And I was unable to get a job where we lived because everybody knew about this and I had the ties to it. So that was my degree, that was my career, that was everything down the drain. Thank goodness I had this on the back burner and I dove in with both feet, which that's not something that everybody does, but it was, for me, do or die. I needed this to work, and now I make more than I did as an accountant. I've never been healthier, I've never been happier. Last year I was able to retire my husband, so now he's home as well. He helps me with the business. We're free to travel. We actually have complete freedom because we really can do anything that we want in our lives. We don't have to ask for time off. We don't have to worry you know, that we're not getting our paid time off. We don't have to worry about bonuses coming in from, you know, for the holidays. We make our own hours. We, you know, give ourselves raises to this business, and it really is an amazing thing. So that's a little bit about where I came from, why this business means so much to me. It's everything to me, and I hope that, you know, you can relate to my story in some way. Let's talk about Beachbody really. We're ending the trend of obesity. That is what we do as coaches, because we all know someone who's affected. You probably could walk to your job and see somebody who's struggling. You can probably walk outside of your house and see somebody who's struggling. The obesity trend affects everybody, and it's either physically or mentally. Either way, you know, it's something that we really need to work on. In 2014, 34.9% of Americans were obese. That's not just overweight, that's in the obese category. That is crazy. And that number keeps getting higher every single year. The year before, I think it was 26.7%. So as these numbers are climbing, we need more help from people like you who are going to work with, you know, work with other people, working with them through these programs, helping them get healthy, and then working on yourself too to get to that place as well. So that's, you know, something that we really have to work on. Before Team Beachbody, there was a company called Beachbody. And Beachbody was created by Carl Daikeler and John Congdon. They're just two dudes. They've gone through the workouts. They have their own before-after stories, and they created Beachbody. And you may have even heard of just beachbody.com. You may have been to the site. You may have seen it on infomercials. But that's how we started. And they came out with some, you know, programs like Great Abs, Thin Thighs. Those were like the first programs, along with Power 90. And then we've had other programs, Slim 6, P90X, which I'm giving away tonight, Yoga Booty Ballet, and Turbo Jam, which I told you I have my own personal ties to. What happened is that Beachbody ended up having these message boards. And in these message boards, people were getting together and going through programs like P90X together. They were going through the programs, and when they were doing that, they ended up, you know, kind of, you know, calling each other out if they weren't showing up. They were, you know, collaborating. They were coming together. And there was, you know, a few people who actually were kind of leading these groups where people were being more successful in these groups than those that just ordered off the infomercial. So the people who were leading those groups actually became our founding coaches, the very first coaches, when Team Beachbody launched in 2007, and that's when we started the coaching network. From there, we've just exploded, because word of mouth and us being here, you know, talking to you and being able to have that personal touch works so much better than just handing somebody a program, which we never do. We don't ever just hand someone a program. We give them a program and we're there for them every step of the way. So obviously that works, because look at what we've been able to launch, and we're always doing more research. We're always innovating. We're always looking for, you know, the best things in fitness, what's working, what's not working. We're always at the forefront, and we always have something new for somebody. So, you know, just to name a few, you know, Turbo Fire, Body Beast, T25 with Shaun T, 21 Day Fix, which I think is just a revolutionary program with our portion controlled containers, PiYo, Shakeology, all these amazing things. And some of our newest, just so I can talk about these really quickly, we have Beachbody On Demand, which to me is the future of fitness, because I can literally pull up on my phone, my tablet, my computer. I can use my Amazon Fire Stick, my Chromecast, my Roku. I can use any of those things to watch Beachbody programs online. I mean, that is so cool to me, because then I'm not having to I travel a lot, which is really fun, but then I can't, you know, I don't have to drag around my DVDs anymore. All I need to do is have an internet connection, and my workouts are right there in front of me. So I think it's amazing. We're actually adding exclusive workouts to Beachbody On Demand that you only get if you're a part of that network. So you cannot buy them. You cannot get them in a DVD. They're just online. It is amazing. So that is only going to develop further over the years and become even better. We actually have our Beachbody Performance line as well, which is NSF certified, meaning that professional athletes can take it, and there's nothing in there that's going to red flag a drug test or anything. It's pretty incredible. This weekend we had this big Beachbody On Demand marathon, and it was 4 workouts back to back. It was so crazy, and I used all of these products during it. I took the pre-workout, I took the hydrate during, I took the, after workout after, and then, I took the nighttime at night, and I thought I would be so sore the next day, and I really credit having all of those in my arsenal to the fact that I was not I was able to get out of bed the next day, which I was pretty sure I wasn't going to be able to do. So they're pretty incredible. They're the best of the best. So we also have Size, which is our dance workout, and it's pretty amazing. It's just fun. It's fun, and people are getting great results from it. I just saw somebody today who lost 11 pounds in 30 days dancing. That's pretty cool. And the 21 Day Fix Extreme as well, which is kind of the graduate program of 21 Day Fix. It's 21 days, no cheats at all, just 3 weeks of work and dedication. And I actually really like the workouts because they're just 30 minutes a day. So while they might be intense, I can do anything for 30 minutes. I'm sure of that. Coming next month is something really exciting, the Masters Hammer and Chisel, and I'm really excited that I can say it's coming next month because we've been waiting for a long time for this program to launch, and it's already November. So right in time for the holidays, the Masters Hammer and Chisel, a combo platter, I guess. It's Autumn Calabrese, the creator of the 21 Day Fix, and Sagi Kalev, the creator of Body Beast, together in this awesome program. Some of the test results are coming in, and they're blowing me away completely. There's a couple actually sneak peek workouts on demand, so we've been doing those, and they're great. They're fantastic. They fly by, even though they're tough and they're targeted and they're getting it done. I love them. So that's coming. We also have a couple new things. We have a new flavor of Shakeology coming out next year, Cafe Latte, and we also have a new Tony Horton program called the 22-Minute Core, and it's basically based on his time around the globe. He visits a ton of military bases, and he's taken what he's learned from that and put it into a really focused 22-minute workout. So we're always making something new because we don't want to become stagnant, which is why last year we were able to have our first $1 billion year. That is so amazing because, companies that do fitness are often a fad. They come in and out of fashion, and here we are still thriving after all this time because we're always doing more research. We always have science behind what we do. We're always innovating. We're always creating something new. So I know this year has blown last year out of the water. And we just keep growing. But with that, we need more coaches because as we are building this network and as we're coming out with new programs, that means more people are coming in with a program, and we need more coaches to give them that personal touch and to help them get through these workouts. So that's where you guys come in. That's why you're here, because we really, really do need more help and more people who are willing to pay it forward and to help others. So what makes us different? Why are we still around after all this time? Because we're awesome, for one, but it's because we have the whole package. We have fitness, nutrition, peer support, rewards. I talked about fitness already. You guys know our products are awesome. Our programs are amazing. They're the best of the best. And you honestly can't turn on the TV late at night without seeing one of our infomercials. So our fitness programs are amazing. You also can't go around and ask anybody if they've heard of P90X and get a no anymore. Everybody's heard of it, which is cool. As far as nutrition goes, we have Shakeology, which is the best supplement around. It's whole foods, it's superfoods, it has prebiotics, probiotics, everything, really high quality protein, whether you do the vegan or the whey. Both formulas have the best high quality protein. They're delicious. They come in chocolate. What could be better than that? And it's also clinically proven to help you lose weight, lower your cholesterol, and regulate your blood sugar, which for me, this was huge. I knew that it did this for me before we had the clinical study, because even though I was eating right, even though I was working out, I was on the verge of needing cholesterol meds and blood pressure medication. And after drinking Shakeology consistently, those things are not even a factor anymore. And it's pretty cool because doctors are like, what are you doing differently? Drinking Shakeology. And they're like, oh, I'd love to refer my patients to you. Great. That's great. So always talk about it, by the way. And then we have something for everybody. So, obviously we have our programs, obviously we have Shakeology, but we also have, equipment for everybody. We have things like our 21-day ultimate reset, which is something that I really think everyone should experience at least once, because it's like resetting your body to before you ever had any processed foods or artificial ingredients. You actually eat real food the entire time, and I still use a ton of the recipes because they're delicious. It's really a great 21 days to spend. You're going to sleep better, you're going to lose weight, you're going to feel amazing, and your body's going to reset. It's really cool. We do have a 3-day refresh, which is maybe a mini version of that. That's also great. I think it's something to do every once in a while, because 3 days we can do that easily. Of course, we have our amazing formulas like our E&E, along with the Beachbody Performance line. So we have something for everybody, which I think is something that really helps us stand out. We're not one note, we have everything. And then there's proven results. I mean, you probably saw my before picture in the beginning, and I'll show you again at the end, but they work, right? Our workouts work. Beachbody literally has thousands and thousands of success stories going on every week that come in that are part of the Beachbody Challenge, and it's pretty incredible. They really speak for themselves, which is why I'm just going to let you look for a second, because it's pretty amazing. We just had our quarterly voting for the Beachbody Challenge, which is our big contest, and I always love reading the stories because the weight loss is great, but what people gain from it means even more. The self-confidence, everything that comes with it, finally believing in themselves. To me, that's pretty incredible. And peer support. One of my favorite things is when all of us as coaches get together, really. And we do that a few times a year at least. We have an annual conference over the summer, and then we also have trips where we get to, cruises and trips to Cancun and all these fun things. And to me, I have made some really amazing friends through this business, and I would have never met them if it hadn't been for this. That's what's so, it's cool, because our paths may never have crossed, and now I consider them such amazing friends. So coaches are pretty cool people, and when we all get together, the energy in the room is out of control. You can't walk away from it without feeling uplifted. And I think that's what I like so much, is that it's not a group of people who are going to be negative or put people down or make you feel bad about yourself or make you want to continue bad habits. It's people that you are going to want to be around because they're positive, they're uplifting, they're going to help push you and motivate you. And there's not a lot of that in the world. So in our community, that's all we have, which I love. What is a coach? They're awesome. I said that. I'm one of them. Lots of people on here are them, but what are they exactly? You don't have to be a fitness or nutrition expert, which that took a load off my shoulders, I know, because I thought, how can I do this if I'm not an expert? You don't have to be. What you're going to do is motivate people. You're going to help them. You're going to learn so much while you're doing workouts and while you're growing as a person. So you don't need to be an expert. Let the programs do that for you. You don't already have to be at your fitness and nutrition goals. When I started, I certainly wasn't. I was probably in the worst shape I've ever been. But being able to share my story and have people watch as I changed as a person and as my body changed, having them watch that really drew people to me. And you don't have to be an experienced salesperson. Thank goodness. In fact, we don't want you to be a salesperson at all. We don't want you to push products on your friends and your family because that's gross. We don't want you to do any of that. What we want you to do is to be willing to share. And we want you to be able to share your story of using these products as growing, as as your business grows, as you grow as a person, as your life changes. We want to be able to have you share how people can change their lives and achieve their goals. We also want you to be committed to being proof the product works. So to me, that's the easy one, right? Be committed to working out, be committed to drinking Shakeology. And then also to work on improving and developing yourself. So something that I didn't know was going to happen through this business is that I would grow as a person. I did not know that that would be a part of it, but we really focus so heavily on personal development and improving ourselves. We're not in competition with anybody but ourselves. So we always have to be working on how can we be a better leader, a better friend, a better coach, a better person, right? How can we be better at that? And we work so much on that. There's no way that I would be able to do a presentation like this if I hadn't, joined this business and worked on myself. It just would never have happened. It's not in my comfort zone at all. Now it is, but it certainly wasn't. So these things don't come naturally to me, but I worked on them. And I, because of it, am a better person. Some of the benefits of being a coach is that you get to set your own work hours, which is really great because, if you're working full time, I would never tell you to just go in and quit your job to do this. What I would tell you is to sprinkle this business throughout your day. If you have an hour before work, if you have half an hour at your lunch, and if you have an hour at night, that's perfect. That's fantastic. We would be happy, to help you fill those times with some business. You can focus part-time or full-time. So we're not asking you to quit your job and do this. The goal, if you want it to be your goal, can to do that, but we're not going to ask you to do that right off the bat. We're going to ask you to work this part-time. You can build online or in person. Most of us build online because it just makes sense. You can do that from your phone. You can do it from anywhere. It makes total sense to do that. And everybody is on social media these days. So we actually will walk you through how to do it. We'll show you, how to connect with people, and we'll work with you on all of that. You get to share your passion and attract people. So you get to share your story, and through that, you get to attract people who struggle just like you do, who need to hear your story, who need to get help from you. And because of that, you're going to get messages, and you're going to get texts, and you're going to get emails from people saying that, they're so thankful for you because you helped them. And, I had somebody message me the other day and said, when I first met you, I weighed 50 pounds more. That's so cool to me. That's my favorite part about being a coach. To me, that's amazing. I had a hand in that. It still gives me butterflies. It still makes me tear up to this day to get feedback like that, that I actually made a difference in somebody's life. So that is the best part to me. And then we have pretty cool rewards. So the first is that you're going to get paid for doing this through commissions. So we get a 25% commission on any program that's bought through your website, any product, anything that's purchased through your website. And Beachbody will set up the websites for you. I'll talk about that in a sec, but 25% commission. We also get a 25% discount, so that's pretty sweet. You get bonuses based on team growth, which is actually where the majority of my income comes from these days. You get trips. I actually have been to amazing places because of this business. We went to Bahamas. We went on a Caribbean cruise. We went to Disney World. We went to Cancun. Next year, we're going on another cruise. So all of that just for building my business. You get amazing recognition, which to me means a lot. I thrive on recognition. And, when I was at a job, people were really quick to tell me what was wrong, but they didn't spend a lot of time telling me that I did a good job. Beachbody's always, celebrating, not only Beachbody, but your team. We're always celebrating the accomplishments that you have and what you've done really amazingly well. So I love that part. And then learning and personal development. So like I touched on just a little bit that, I've grown so much as a person, and I would never have done so many of these things if it hadn't been for this business. And you're going to get outstanding support. I promise you're not going to sign up and then just be left to figure it out. We would never want to do that to you. There's training and tools. So you're going to have a whole online office, which is your hub for everything. And there's a ton of information in there. Like our business quick start tells you, your first 7 days, here's what you need to do. You also get an amazing coach training academy, which helps you to go through the first steps. Marketing tools, like you can use our logos, which is cool because people recognize them. You have amazing communication. You know, every Monday we have our, well, it's international wake up call, and that basically gives you the rundown for the week, what's going on, what's new on sale, all that great stuff. And our Coach FAQ is my favorite tool of all, which when you join the team, you'll hear that from me a lot, because you can literally type in any topic and it pulls up a list of frequently asked questions and answers. So I think that is one of the best tools we have. And then, of course, we have social media accounts for everything: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, for the coaching network, but then also for all of our programs too. So you can always go there and look at before-after pictures, get some inspiration, find a story that relates to you or that relates to somebody that you're working with. So those are also great tools. I want to just give a little bit of detail on how to earn, because, I said we make 25%, but here's how that really looks. So let's say you sell a P90X. Somebody goes to your website and buys P90X. It costs $119.85. You earn 25% on that, which is $29.96. Let's say that same week somebody buys Shakeology. Shakeology is $129.95, and at 25%, that's $32.49. So just selling those two items, you make $62.45. So you can see how it adds up pretty quickly, especially, if you have a group of people that are starting, a program together. Imagine you have 5 people that are doing this. I mean, it just makes sense. The other way that we earn, I mentioned, is bonuses based on team volume. So as your team grows and as they are growing their team and as they're helping people get the products that they need, you make volume, and off of that volume, we get bonuses. So that's based on the whole team succeeding, which, to me, again, that goes back to, that recognition where, at a job, you're not really told very often that, if your coworker succeeds, so do you, right? That doesn't really happen all that often, but that's what our whole business is about, So our team works very closely together, and we're very supportive of each other, and we're always giving, brainstorming and giving each other ideas. So it's a really fun environment. It's very different than being in a job where you're competing with your coworker to get that job or that bonus, right? So what can you expect from our teams? My success partner is Kelly, and, we work really closely together to give you guys the best training, the best that there is. It's led by 2 top leading earners and six-figure earners. So we both make 6 figures from home, which means we are always working to help others make that as well. That's our goal. If that's your goal, that's our goal too, to help you make that. We do monthly new coach training. We have weekly team training meetings where, I do a lot of research. I do a lot of brainstorming with other leaders, and I always bring that to the team to share. We have a full training website for you, so you can go there and get started right away. We have rank advancement training, so as you're moving up and building your business, we'll help you know where to go and what to do and all that good stuff. Leadership training, so once you hit leadership rank, we'll help you, really go through those minute aspects of the business. Team challenges to plug your customers into. Right now, our team is doing a 5-day clean eating group, and it's also combined with finances. So we're helping people start a really healthy savings plan as they're, going through this 5 days of clean eating. It's really fun, totally free for people to join, but it's very popular. Recognition and accountability. So we make sure, like I was saying, that you are always recognized for what you do, because that's really important to us. And an exclusive Facebook group. So I love our Facebook group because that's where we get to brainstorm, ask questions, get ideas, get opinions, share different things. So a Facebook group is really important. So how do you join as a coach? My personal favorite way, the best way in my eyes, is with a challenge pack. And the reason is because the challenge pack comes with a fitness program of your choice, any of our programs. It comes with your first shipment of Shakeology, so 30 days of Shakeology, and it comes with a trial of our Beachbody Club membership, which has Beachbody On Demand and our customizable meal planner. So that is a huge deal altogether. Those you're going to save at least $50 to $80, plus your sign-up fee is waived. So you're going to save already $80, almost $90 just right off the bat right there. Those start at $140. So If you're counting Shakeology is $129.95, you're getting a full workout for just $10 more. So that's the way I like to go. That's the best. I think that to me is the way to go. You can also just get Shakeology on Home Direct or a fitness program if you're already drinking Shakeology, but you really should be drinking Shakeology if you're going to do this business, just because you get to tell people that story. You need to have a success story with it, and you need to be able to tell people how, to best drink it and how you enjoy it. So that's really important as well. After your first month as a coach, you'll be charged $15.95 a month, and that is our business service fee. This covers so much, and here's my favorite thing that it covers. I don't know if you've ever looked into a business like this before, but in a lot of home businesses, you have to buy a ton of product, stash it, store it, keep it in your garage, and hope to unload it. And that can get pretty pricey. Here's where we are the best, because you don't need to do that. The only thing you're going to buy is what you actually use. You're not going to have to buy anything additional, just the products and the programs that you personally are going to use. So to me, the fact that they take care of inventory and shipping and all that stuff for us, that $15.95 is like nothing, right? But it also helps with media promotion, brand awareness. So like I was talking about the infomercials late at night, our personalized websites. So you actually get quite a few websites with Beachbody. And what's nice is that they'll set it up for you. They'll house it for you. You don't have to worry about hosting, web hosting or anything. You get to customize it. So, it can have your picture on it, a little blurb. You can choose what you want to focus on your website. So all that good stuff, but they'll do the hard part for you. They'll update it if there's a price change or a sale or a new product. So all that great stuff. Covers technical support, customer support, marketing, communications, training, and then we have a personal development tab in our Coach Online office where you can go and just get personal development. So all of that is covered in that tiny monthly fee. So that's pretty cool. So in the next 24 hours, the person who invited you is going to follow up with you. They're going to message you or text you or email you or call you and ask you what you liked most about the presentation. And be honest, tell them what you liked best. What made you think? What stood out to you? And they're going to ask if Team Beachbody seems like a fit that could help you achieve your goals. But you don't have to wait. If you're ready, like right now, tell them, say, I am ready, like let's get signed up, let's do it. Text them or email them or call them or whatever tonight and tell them, hey, I'm ready, because they'll be excited to hear from you. But in the meantime, what I really want you to think about is what can becoming a coach do for you? And you heard a little bit of my story, but I'm going to give you some numbers in just a minute. And think about who you can help. You might even have some people in mind already that would be great to have in the business with you, or that could really use support and help on their fitness journey. Then you have to think, what are your goals and dreams? Because, a regular job may not help you reach the goals and dreams that you've had set for yourself, but the sky is the limit here. I have to just say that. So what's possible? Just really quickly, this is our income statement from 2014, our statement of earnings. You can see that it really varies. The thing about this chart is that it shows people that sign up and never do anything. So, to me, it skews a little bit that way, which, that's just how it goes. But you can see that even at the average earnings, these amounts would really help a family, especially around this time of year. When the holidays are coming and everything else, we really do want to help people get, financially free, not have to worry about charging things to the credit card and all that amazing stuff. And, as you look at this, I have to give you the disclaimer that, Beachbody doesn't guarantee any success because it's based on what you put into it. It's based on you being willing to learn, grow, and apply what we teach you. If you're willing to do that, then you're going to do great. Right? It's all about what you put into it. You can't go to a job and then not do the job. Same thing here. So let me talk to you about where I came from. So, I started in May of 2010, and in between May and December, I made about $3,300. That was basically me figuring things out. I didn't have somebody that had a bunch of training like we do now. So you guys get to benefit from that because I gave you everything that I've got to train the team. My first full year was in 2011. I also earned a trip to Atlantis that year. I made $19,000, which to me, I was like, hey, this is starting to be kind of full time, right? I'm starting to see some real earnings here. My second full year was in 2012, and that year I earned a trip to Disney World with park tickets and hotel and all that fun stuff. I earned 54,000, which was pretty incredible to me. I was kind of amazed and thought, oh, I don't know, this is becoming really real. I more than doubled my income from last year, and that was more about building my team. You know, building my team, bringing people on, and really helping them to succeed as well. My third full year was in 2013, where I made my first six-figure year. And to be quite honest with you, I didn't think that me making six figures was something that would ever happen. I just didn't. I didn't think that was for me. So I was absolutely floored. And you know, that year was when we earned the cruise. So that was really fun. 2014 was last year, and it was a really big year for me because I was able to pay off all my debt. I was able to retire my husband when his job no longer existed. He basically came home, and I'm like, well, why are you even, you don't really need to go and look for something else. I'd much rather have you here, so we can have full freedom, and so that you know, we can travel together, so you can help me with this business. So that's exactly what we've done. We were able to pay for our wedding and our honeymoon to Napa without having to charge it to a bunch of credit cards and start our life out in debt. You know, we didn't have to do that. And I know a lot of people do end up starting their life in debt. And, you know, I'm so thankful that we don't have to do that, that we are able to have that freedom and able to, you know, not have to worry about those kinds of things. So that was last year. You know, obviously made a considerable amount there too. But just to me, you know, having the freedom to be able to travel when we want, to not have to go into the boss waiting. You know, I used to have to wait for a good day to ask for time off and cross my fingers that I would get it. You know, I missed a lot having a job, and I realize that now. I didn't realize that really when I was working. But I missed a lot of things that are just life. You know, life isn't just going to a job and paying bills. It's just not. And I didn't realize that until I had this. And now I see that. You know, I see people that I care about missing so much of life. And I hate that. You know, I hate that. So that's my mission, is to help you guys not miss out on life. I want to help you guys to enjoy life and to be able to live on your terms and not somebody else's terms. You know, that's what this is about, is building your own dreams instead of your boss's, right? I just picked some random month here and added, this is how my pay has progressed over the years. And, you know, some fun things in this, the top right picture is from Cancun, which was just fun. We actually, a bunch of the team went ziplining through the jungles, and it was just really, it was super fun. Talk about a team building activity, because we were all frightened, and but we survived. It was fun. And then the bottom three pictures are actually from Summit, which is our annual conference in Nashville. And we actually shut down the main drag of Nashville at 6 a.m. on a Saturday to do a huge workout. So you can see that picture there. And then the other pictures are of our team, you know, just being together, because we really do enjoy each other's company, which I think is amazing. But you can kind of see my how my pay's progressed. And honestly, it's about being consistent. You know, we will give you the training, we will give you the list you need to follow, we will give you all the tools you need, and all you need to do is plug in and do it. Right? That's the part that you have to do. So you have to ask yourself, what do you want out of life? And is what you're doing now going to get you there? For me, I know that if let's say my job still existed and I was still there, I would never, ever be able to do what I do today. I would never be as financially sound. I would never be able to travel as much. Definitely would never have gotten me there. You only get something different by doing something different. This was the different I needed. I didn't know it at the time, but it certainly was, and I hope that it is for you as well. So before we do our drawing, I want to take any questions that you might have about anything I talked about tonight, or about being a coach, or any of those good things. I'll go ahead and give you just a sec to chat out in the little chat section there. I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. Yep, Tish was in a pic. See, Tish is somebody that I met through this business that I never would have met, and now we're very good friends. Our husbands too, which is funny. but we never would have met otherwise. I know, I love you too. It would never have, it's just amazing to meet all these amazing people through this business that are like-minded and upbeat and positive. I mean, that's incredible to me. So cool. All right. If we don't have questions, I'll go on to our drawing. I just want to make sure. And if you guys do think of questions after this, and sometimes I know I put you on the spot and you're still processing because I know it's a lot of information, feel free to use that event page that I created and post any questions that you have there. I'll keep an eye on it tonight and tomorrow and just make sure that I answer your questions. And also the person who invited you is happy to answer questions, as am I. So you don't have to worry. We won't disappear after this, I promise. We're here to help and answer questions. So, okay, exciting. I have a full P90X program available that I'm going to give away to you. It's the workouts, it's the guidebook, it's the nutrition plan, it's the whole shebang. And for me, P90X was one of the first weightlifting programs that I did, and it really helped me to fall in love with strength training. It really helped me to strengthen my body. And Tony is really fun. You'll love his jokes. And then you'll get tired of his jokes, and then you'll love him again, because that's how Tony is. So it's a really great program. It's tried and true. Everybody knows it, and I think you guys will really love it. Yeah, Tony is hilarious. He's so funny. And that's what's fun too, is when you're a coach, you get to meet some of these trainers at some of our events, and he's one of my favorite. Every time I run into him, I still remember being in the Bahamas, and we were dancing to moves like Jagger. Just very fun guy, because they're just normal people too. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask you a question about something I talked about tonight, and I'm going to have you answer, and I'm going to ask the question. After I answer the question, I'm going to say, okay, go. And when I say, okay, go, that's your cue to type. Don't do it before then. That's, just make sure that you do it after, so that everybody starts at the same time. Okay, so my question to you, name one of the newest programs that I talked about tonight. Okay, go. Chisel and hammer. All right, I'll take it. Joel, that is yours, my friend. That's awesome. And you're all right. Hammer and chisel, great. Yep. And the 21-day fix extreme, sweet. That was fast too, I tell you. This is always my favorite part. It's like the fastest finger question. Wow, thank you guys so much for that. No, totally fine. No typos. It's all good. You guys are good. All right, so if you guys think of any questions, don't hesitate. Joelle, make sure that you message me your address, or the person that invited you can send that to me as well, so I can get that out to you. I'm so excited. Yeah, I know that was a close one. So thank you guys again for being on. If you think of questions, in that event page is a great space. You can always ask the person who invited you. You can ask me. We're happy to answer those questions for you. Anything is not off the table, and I hope that we get to welcome you to our team soon. I'm so excited that so many of you are on tonight, and I'm really excited to work with you guys. So thank you again for being on. Thank you for being such a great audience sitting here, and thanks for all the questions and comments. It was really fun to get to chat with you guys. So have a great night, and I'll see you on our team soon. Good night, everybody.